Hello there. I have been eyeing this up for such a long time, and my fiance finally got it for me for Christmas. I say finally, I could have bought this for myself. I don't know why I didn't. It's only a small set around the £5 mark, and of course, we're speaking about Lego stunt bikes. They've got a few bigger sets out there, but this is just the one bike. This guy has a bathtub themed bike with a little rubber ducky on the front. So let's take a look at this, and we'll actually be testing it out with the Sonic ramp. So stay tuned to the end of the video to see if it's somewhat compatible with the Sonic, I guess, sort of stunt pieces. So as you can see with the bike itself, this bathtub piece does actually just clip on the bottom of the bike. We've got this accessory clipped on here, which I guess is to represent the bath taps. We've also got this rubber ducky at the front, which to be fair could just be a yellow duck to add to your Lego city. The minifigure we have seems to be holding his breath, the same one as we saw throwing up over the side of the yacht. And he does also have this hairpiece which can be clipped on instead, and he does have not only a dual-sided face, so he's got a bit more of a happier print. Perhaps he's just made the jump and is celebrating, but also has a duck back tattoo, which we've seen in the Build a minifigure. He's also got plain yellow legs with a sort of Speedo design printed on, I guess, because they couldn't have a naked minifigure. So he does have some sort of clothing and, of course, a life jacket. Even though he's only in a bath, it's probably some sort of protection against any crashes he might make on a few of his stunts. If you remove the handles for the bike, the bottom does just drop out, and this is a not really brand new because STUNTZ has been out for a while, but as far as I'm aware, it's unique to STUNTZ, this bike mechanism. I thought it was pullback when I first spoke about these sets in what I got for Christmas. I did say that this was a pullback bike, but I am mistaken. Not only is there a stud on the back, but the wheel actually is kept going by some sort of mechanism that isn't pullback, but it's like the old toys where you used to just rev them and the wheels would just spin for ages. I mean, watch this. That was spinning for like 40 seconds, so hopefully I could speed it up for the video, but you can see just how long the wheel spins for. It is really cool, and it does mean the more you rev it, the faster and quicker it goes. So I can't wait to try it out on this track. But first off, let's piece back the bike together and just show you how the track works. So this track here is the one that comes with the Sonic sets. It's a new theme for the end of last year, and you're actually meant to use it with this sort of ball mechanism and a little Technic push start for the ball. So I'll quickly show you how that works, because last time it ended up in my dioramas just over to the right. This time I'm prepared to catch it, and all you do is slam down on this Technic bit here and the ball goes flying off. What is cool about the ball is it's held together with two Technic pins very securely, but you can actually get a minifigure inside. So the point of the game is to whack Sonic in the middle there, send him flying, and either knock down Eggman or try and get one of the Chaos Emeralds. Today we will not be using the Sonic mechanism, as we have this stunt bike here, which I'm going to send up the ramp and probably put a few obstacles here and just test out how well this works. Now, the stunt line of sets does have its own ramps and loop-the-loops, and even Sonic has a loop-the-loop. So if it works with this and it works with its own loops, I'm sure this will work with any sort of contraption you can make. I'd love to see someone make some sort of Hot Wheels track for the stunt bikes, or even just send one of the bikes down a pre-built Hot Wheels track. It's really diverse what you can use it with. It doesn't just have to be Lego. As long as the track is somewhat stable and able to be played with, I'm sure that this bike can just really ramp off anything. Now, the reason it's able to work with these ramps is because of these little tires on the bottom here. Now, these are the ones we got in the Sonic set, and you can see my Sonic reviews, but they're sort of rubbery tires similar to the ones you put on cars I guess they've got no treads. That's the main difference between these and the ones on cars. And also, the piece they're connected to does have 4 studs on top just to clip to the bottom of this ramp, just like so. And the 2 of these create enough friction between this ramp and the surface it is put on so that when the bike hits the ramp at this angle, the ramp doesn't just go flying. Now we know about how it sort of works. To get these stunt bikes going, all you have to do is rev them and rub them along a surface, then you let go, and hopefully if they don't fall over, they just sort of go and stop when the wheel stops spinning. So if we rev it up enough to go over this ramp, all right, it's going to need a bit more juice than that. So if we make it, and I guess that's our first successful jump. So let me go get a few obstacles and have some fun with this. So first up we have this Imperial Taco, which I made using the wing of a TIE bomber. So make your prediction now whether you think it will be able to jump it. And 3, 2, 1. Well, I'm not sure if that was too successful a jump. It seemed to go to the side. So let's try that again. It just landed on top of the taco. This might be too long, but third time lucky. Let's make sure there's no gap between the two. Well, at least it made the jump. That is really cool. It just sort of goes up and flies straight over the taco. I'll try and play it back in slow motion. I'm only recording this on 30 frames. It's sort of the best that my camera can do with this quality, so I'll definitely have to look at upgrading that sometime soon. But this could be a whole series to itself, so let's move on to round number 2. Now for round number 2 we have a mech. It's going to be really interesting to see if it can jump it, but I've added a Lego box just to make sure it can clear over the top. And that was actually first try, so I'm very impressed with that. And I think for the last one we've got to go big or go home. So why not have this minifigure scale the whole Lego Sonic diorama that I created using a mix of 2 of the sets from the new theme. Now it's not going to be a problem at the start. The main concern is this bar here, which I think it's definitely going to crash into, so we might have to remove Tails' hoverboard at some point. But first up, let's just give it a go. And just like I predicted, straight into that bar. So perhaps let's remove Tails' hoverboard and try and get that dish piece back. And our aim is, before we end the video, to jump to the tiki bar. And yes, we can finally end the video. That's it, tiki bar has been jumped. Well, before we end up, we're quite not finished yet, because the whole point of making him jump some obscenely sized models was because, as you can see, there's not really any damage done to the bike. In fact, besides the missing visor for the helmet, which I'm gonna have to find after recording this video, there's no real, there's probably some scratches, but no dents. This one piece here is definitely doing its job protecting how the bike works, I guess some sort of motor or whatever it is under there. Now the bike has come off that stud at the back, but that can just be clipped down between each use, and it's only a stud connection, so nothing in there is broken. The handles haven't flown off, the duck is still on the front, so it's quite a strong model. And I definitely think for this one in particular, having that bath piece over the bike and sort of sticking out past everything, it does do a good job in protecting it. The flimsiest piece being the visor on the helmet has fallen off, so they'll definitely stand some wear and tear through being played with, and even chucked at walls, dropped on floors. They are very strong models. This has flown off the desk so many times. In fact, I'll include a quick montage with all the times that the bike didn't properly fly, because it doesn't go right all the time and has taken me quite some time trying to get the perfect shots for this video. But either way, I really do like this model, and I hope you enjoyed this video. It's quite a weird set to review because of how small it is, but there are a few more Smaller sets, not this small, but smaller sets than usual coming in my January order. So stay tuned, drop a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more awesome content. And may the bricks be with you always.